You need two areas to create the B. The E can be created like this in one area. The reason it's all round, because it's boxed in by the square. Give me another letter that's round. The B is boxed in by the square. The C, the small c, is boxed in by the single square. The D is just like the B. Are you looking for 42 decibels? How about two eyes? How about a pair of bifocals that you hold in the center with the nose? B and D. It is the same thing as MB. D, the value of D, okay, is actually one seat in the back, one seat in the front. But the real value of D, okay, is because the number 4 is 0, 4. It represents east-west, the all four corners and in between north, south, and east-west. How does it do that? Because of the four corners and the numbers on the calculator, okay, of what 4 can do, and the dice cube telling me what 4 is all about. 4 shows me 1, 3, 7, and 9. It shows me that 2, 4, 6, and 8 are in between the 360 of the 360. The in-between angle seems to be the half angle. It seems to be smaller because it doesn't reach out to all the four corners. It's a little bit weird, but it splits all these boxes apart. So by understanding this cube and the calculator and the reality on paper and putting those three things together, I can come up with the next reality. 11K. What is 11? It's a line. One line here, one line here. A dot here and a dot here that connects these two over here. Connect those two over there. So now if I connect these two over here, okay, why not just make another set, okay, and then connect them over here, right? DB up, DB down. You see the D and the B? See the D and the B? Now, how are we going to connect these? I'm not going to, why should I connect them this way? But I connect them this way, but they're their own worlds. They're in their own world right now. Okay? So I have to connect them. Do I connect them this way? Well, what strength is that? This is where the strength is. So we connect them this way. And now inside of this, inside your DB, you now create the Z. Becomes Z. Now, if you take a look at your design, okay, if you take a look at your design, you now have to connect your other two corners. One is here, the other is here. Now you have the R, DBR. Zebra. Wow, and I don't know who it is, and I can't answer it right now. Okay, I'm going to take a chance. Just, no, I can't answer it. I can't answer it. So, um, so yeah, that really mixes me up. I just can't answer the phone. I have no idea what it is, and it doesn't matter. I can't get away from this. So in between this design, I create the art. Now, why do I really do that? Why didn't I just put two sticks up here? Because with every time you move something, you're creating something else. Okay? Every time you put something, you create something else. So if you take a look, I have this design over here. And this creates a number 4 if you want to look at it. It creates many things, and I really don't know. I'm going to have to recreate it on the other side. I need to create on the other side with a different color to see what it comes out to. Give me a red. Red is a good one. And I create on this side, and I put it down here. So this is one. This is one. Let me see what I can get out of this. Okay. Let me see what I can get out of this. Should we keep it in this color? I'm going to keep it in this color and see how we split this all up. But you do know we have to stop, right? We had to stop right over here because I was on that side. But these is how it comes together. See the way it comes together? See the way the mix is perfectly split between the two sides? It's like a cut right in between. So that's how our D and B is a representation of D is 04, okay? DOB is date of birth, okay? 04, D, 04 for the four corners. D is what creates the center. The center of the four corners comes from D. Once the hole is made, it's made in the middle of D. So 1 passes through D, equaling, making D a 1D, a 1D, a 1D, Wendy. No, how about making it windy inside? Because in order, when 4 exists, 4 doesn't exist until B exists, 0, 2. Because B is showing us this over here. It's showing us these two corners. So what came first? Was it 1, 2? When did these two come together? Did this come together here? Well, look, 2 comes together after. You see the 5? After you make 2, you take 3. You make 1 into 2, and then you take 2 into 3. 1 goes into 2, and then 2 goes into 3. And then 1 and 2 and 3 equals 5. What do you mean 1 and 2 and 3? Well, 1 is lost over here. You only see 1 again, only once. Okay, 2 and 3 equals to 5. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. 6 and 5 is 11. You want to see something? 3 and what pool ball is 11? They're both red. 1, 2, 3. The opposite of 3. The opposite of 3, because that's your 3. The opposite of 3 is 11. 6 and 5, Aleph. Here's your 11. You create your 11 right here. You create your 11 right here. You create an 11 over here. You create an 11 this way in this world. And you create another one in that world. There's your crisscrossing 11. Here's your crisscrossing 11. You have 9, 11. The 24th letter is X plus the 9th letter. 24 and 9 is 33. Plus 11 equals 44. 48, the outskirts of Monopoly. 48 around the board. Okay, equals to 32, the doorway. 32 and 12 equaling to 44. P and H. Philadelphia Freedom 4x4. 8, 11, 8 and 2. 1 and 1 is 2, 1 and 1 is 2. 11 times 11 times 11 is 1331. Sound of the little drummer boy. Ra. Ra pa pa pum. The pa, the PA, Pennsylvania, the pum. Angel resident, the one spirit comes inside of 666. It's all about 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 322. You know where 322 is? 322 is hanging around where Pennsylvania is, Pacific, North Carolina, Boardwalk, Park Place, Baltic, Mediterranean, Oriental, Connecticut, and Connecticut, Oriental, and what's the other gray? Vermont. Vermont, yeah, Vermont. Towards green. Anyways, the last thing I wanted to mention was this. Sleeping. Deep beef, deep sleep, seeping into us. No vowel sound separations. Why? It's EF and CE. There's no vowel sound. So what do you use in between? You have to think. Do you use a V or do you use a W? You make one U to connect this word and one U to connect this word, connecting words together because they're missing vowels. And understanding in the C letter, it is an O vowel. If it's an O in this family, C equals U and F equals O. This is OU. This says, where is the beef? Why? F equals to 6. O equals to 15. 1 and 5 is 6. C equals to 3. U equals to 21. 2 and 1 is 3. Where did I get this from? It's this. The finals of the standings. You notice 3, 3, 2. Central Pacific wild card. 3 and 3 is 6. 3 and 3 is 6. Of 2 and 2 of 8 and 8. The wild cards, they join us. So what do you think about 6 and 8 when I and I joined you? A soul comes into the world and joins with spirit. Now you have to find the harmonic. So when we have all these over here, these teams, I went down and used, I'm going to try and get through this really quick, where it says, look, the letter EM, the letter EM, and the letter T, empty. Toronto said, Tampa Bay, Montreal says it's empty. Then you have O. Ottawa is empty, right? Awa, the water is empty. So they're telling you a word that Wawa in Ottawa or 2015 says empty. I can't tell you the whole story because I'm going to have to sit on it. See where the three combinations come together? This one has 99. This is 49 or 50 wins, 49 or 15, telling you what category it's going to finish. This finishes by the gateway. The games, the teams that win 50, this will now create 56. Okay, I'd like to see, because if they do get 51, it says area Mars. The mind of the man's head is the vibration in St. Louis of area Mars of the seventh gate. Depending on what number they finish with, 107, 108, or 109 points this year, will tell me a different understanding. And every single one of these numbers on here will tell you something for that year. It will tell you either something that has already happened, an addition, a continuation, or something that's coming in the future to something. This one over here, let me pick something over here. This one over here is all about 666. This is 16, 16, 16, the Monopoly. Red Monopoly, oh my God. Wow, 102. They own all the freaking numbers. They own the sky. They finish off 5 and 5 at the end of the season. What does this say together? Saint El, Saint S. Look, sell, to tell Lewis. Where is? You see this 1-5 right here? This IS is also a 15. This is also a 15. Let me show you about 15. 15. 1 times 5. 1 plus 5 equals 6 equals 5. 5 times 6 equals 30. 5 and 6 is 11 equals to 41. USA and the Mediterranean, 41 add 6 equals to 47 equals to time. Jesus, cross, 5, 5, 5, 5 plus 60. 625 plus 60 equals 685. 480 and 30 is 510. 516, the light is in Mars right now. The light is in Mars. 51 is Mars. 16 is the light of heads and tails. 16 is the light. 6 and 5 is 30 creation. 6 plus 5 is 11. And we're back to the same number over here. And then back to this and back to time, back on the cross. This one over here stands for a drill bit. The drill bit, this equals to 625. When you multiply 41 times 625, it equals to 25,625. The Mayan count is 25,920. This is a long count. This is a short count. Find it somewhere, not by me, by somebody else. This one will equal 5125. 5 times this amount will equal this, and this one will equal 5184. This one stands for Pluto, Mars. This one stands for Earth, memory, Mars, and our lives. This one over here. This one over here. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 6 equals 5. This equals to the same thing. So you now have 1, 2, 3, 5 that create the same thing over here. So this is your 1111. 1 and 5 and 2 and 3, because what happens is 1 jumps in. 1 jumps in. All they do is cut a hole. And 1 goes through. That's all it is. It's the separation and the passage light. So it splits up. So here's your total numbers, and the total number for here is 9727. If you want to know where 7286 comes from, just add this up. What is this? Because we have to understand the end date, okay, and the just before the end date. Why do I say that? I say that because that's the way I found it out, and I put it all together already, and it's first come, first serve in my business. If I have to move it around, I will, but it equals out. It's the two times that end, and if you really want to take a look, 25.9, see the number? 25.926, because all zeros equal 6. Divide that by 6. What do you think it'll say? 4321. If I do it the other way, it equals the 4320. 0 is a representation of see the four numbers? It's two heights. It's a square here and it's a square here. There's two heights in here. So there's a total of 18 and 18 and 18 and 18. Monopoly shows you two levels. All right? Monopoly shows you two levels. Everything is two levels. The letters show you there are two levels. If it's the other level, what is it? What's the tail? Can it be the money that you all snug underneath the board, or the properties you snug underneath the board? Hey, everybody puts their money underneath the board. Is that the way we used to do it? Because the tails will either, letter will go up here or letter will go down here. What other letter can it be? Well, if it was a small letter, like a P, the P goes over here is the 16th property. So what numbers go here? Well, the B stands up. Well, if it stands up and it's a small letter, maybe it'll join two boxes together. If it's over here and it's a big letter, maybe it'll join four boxes together. If it stands two boxes together, it stands in its own. Can it do it over here? If it does, the tail will be at the bottom, the head will be at the top, according to the letters. That's why this is what it is. So where am I right now? I don't know if I finished with this. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 plus 3 is 8. 15 and 8 is the 8 ball and the 15 ball. 1 and 5 is 6, just like the 7 ball, the spirit of 76 created already. 5, 3, 1 equals ace. Forget about the 2. The 2 is inside the 3, and it crisscrosses to come inside the 5. Why does it crisscross? It crisscrosses like this, bringing 5 and 5 together, creating a multiplication in 9, 10, 11, 24, 34, 24, 33, 43, 45. 2 times, 2 sides, 45 and 45. We have the 90 angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, where is that number again? That's pretty funny. I lost the number. 5132. 5132. How far do I have to go in this book before I find that number again? Really? I can't find the number. Oh, here it is. Okay. So 8, 9, 10, 11. The number itself adds up to 11. And it creates its own 11. If I put it with 1, 4, because this is a property of 1 and 4, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4. But 5 and 4 equals to 9. 5, 3, 1. This one is 11. The only one missing is 1 and 4, and 2 and 4, and 3 and 4. And each one will create something different. The 1 is the first time it comes into 4. 2 had to happen before 4 happened. It was first 1 and 2. 1 times 2 and 1 plus 2 is what created 2 and 3. But first it was 1 and 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 and 1 creates 3. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 equals to 3. So 1 and 1 now creates 3. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2, equals to 1, equals to 3. But it equals to 3 altogether. So this is now we end up with 4 after this. 1 times 3 and 1 plus 3 equals 3 and 4 DC. You follow where I'm going with this? Anyways, yeah, what I wanted to say, don't get me away on this, is this. Here's what it's saying. It's saying deep beef, sleeping, incern, to be. It says no vowel sounds in between the letters as F and C. Okay, F and C is no vowel sounds. Okay, and what happens is you say this is the 7th gate, right? This one with this one, and then we'll take this side with this side. ZZ creates the 7th gate. Now you want to create the Z or the N or different ways, or the H or the I. You can also look at it like this. Which way would you look at it? How is it separate? At the same time, this whole word comes in between. This one over here, what it actually does, okay, is it brings the bottom part of a word with the top part of a word, 2 phrases together, instead of taking what's in between the word and taking what's in between in the whole world between this word, between the word, this word, and this word creates the H letter. I is the separation that separates the beginning of what you're going to envelop. These are the teams in the order they finish for the names they speak. Empty O. NW. See that they're separating these 2 words, but it's saying it's W. It will repeat because of the W. It says to repeat twice. Okay. Then it says where's that was the Montreal one, and then there's this one over here, which is again these 2 split. Minnesota and Winnipeg split. It's so funny because they're right near each other. Teams that just came in here in the last 20 years near each other making the wild card. That's really funny. And Los Angeles is out. That's really funny. This is really a funny setup. All these teams, Calgary and Minnesota, this is like all near each other for me. Anyways, L, D. These 2 are separated. This one, W, connects to Los Angeles. Then it's separated because there's no vowel. Then it becomes DS, okay? Becomes 2 words connected. There's another word connected because there's 2 of the same letter. D and E, and A becomes DOS. It means to sod or to add dos, more memory, adding memory between San Jose and Dallas. And memory can just mean people. Memory can mean real memory. And then it's SC. There's another separation between the SC, and at the same time you can say it's saint, STE, because of the letter. C and S come together for the same sound. So you would mark scent, S-E-N-T. When it says saying scent, take the totality of the sound of where the letter is going and put the T with S. Why? Because you need to join the 19th and 20th. The whole left side of numbers. This whole left side of numbers links. Choose me any number. 6. 6 and 1 is 7. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 and 3 is 7. 7. So all this with this will link back here. So this one has to link over because it's always going to bring its way back. 7 and 8. Okay. And don't forget, these 2 link together. So if you link these 2 together and you link this to this one, you automatically sawed this one with this one like an overlap. 5 and 7 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 5 and 7 is 12. It recreates the same number below. You see the way 5 and 7 create this number over here? The same way as this. This creates your 7. This creates your head and tail. Do you see that? I never saw that before. 7 and 5, 57, 75, 35. That is your egg. Egypt, 5777. Egypt, 5777. The E is the 5th letter. The G is the 7th letter. The Y is the 25th letter. The G is the 7th letter. 577. 5775. Time of Egypt. So you take any one. 9 and 4 is 13. 6 and 5 is 11. Becomes 2. 9 and 5 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 9 and 8 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. 6 and 8 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 6 and 5 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 5 and 3 is 8. 3 and 2 is 6. 3 and 2 is 5. Sorry. 6 and 5 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 6 and 8 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 3 and 8 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. So now you sewed this one to come back to be this one. You sewed this one to become this one. And you sewed this one to here to become this one again. 1 and 4 is 5. 1 and 7 is 8. 7 and 4 is 12. Now you sew this one in itself to become this one. 3 and 6 is 9. 6 and 9 is 15 is 6. 9 and 3 is 12 is 3. This one remains itself. This one becomes this one. 2 and 5 is 7. 2 and 8 is 10. 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. This one sews back into this one. So we know 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, and 1 month of 28 days. And I'm going to be doing a video on that. Remember this? There's 13 moons with 28 days. There is 4 months of 30 days. There is 7 months of 31 days. Raphael. Oh, and yes, 1.25. What is the 1.25? There's 1.25 hours left over every year, okay? And we count that into our day of time, but it's really left over. So 288, one of the numbers I use, I don't remember it right now, times 1.25 equals the 360 degrees. So what does it take? We have to find out 366 divided by 1.25 equals about 292 years. It takes 292 years. I know my configuration is, let me 1.25, and don't forget, the other calculation is, maybe there's only supposed to be 360 days a year. Well, then everything touches. The difference by just touching to the next day, is that not a separation? Or because we run in a train, it makes up for the difference. 3.75, 1.25 times 324. No. 384 divided by 1.25. No. 385, 386 divided by 1.25. Well, anyways, I don't know exactly what the number is, okay? 288 times 1.25. Okay, this is what I'm going to show you. In order to make the final link, you need 288 years times 1.25 in order the missing link in time, and you make up the last 360 degrees that you lost because of the difference, and that means it takes 288 years in order to do that. Now the other thing would be is if there's only supposed to be 360 days in the year, but we get 364 with the moon, so I'm working it off the moons, right? Moon time should be perfect, no? So we work it off the moons. We end up with actually there's so many ways to look at it. What else should I do right now? So we showed the value of this 911, what comes out of the K. 9, 24, and 9 is 33. 24 and 9. It doesn't matter which way you open up the book. Minus 9 in Roman numerals or 10. It doesn't matter if it's 10, 9 or 10, 11. It's just two sides of the book. It becomes 30 in itself. This becomes 27. This and this become 18. Right? But we're not going to count that. We're just going to go 10, 10, 10, 30. And here we're going to go 72 equals 102 equals 162. 162, I can't remember, is 81 and 81. And that's Venus, Venus, Ra-Ra. I'm just going to tell you that really quickly. This one over here, if you count it this way, it's 33 and 33 is 66. 66 and 30 is 96 rotation. 41 becomes 10, 10. 33, 66 and 9. 66 and 9 is 75, and 9 is 84 Pluto. Don't count the in-between. That's you. Add 6 becomes 90. 84 to 90. 90, 0 equals 6 becomes 96. 96 and 41. 9 and 6 becomes 15, becomes 6. I don't remember the other number. 96, right. 96, just 96. 84. 84 and 80. 84 and 90 is 174. 84 in Pluto, and then man comes to birth, becomes 90, and then the clock goes on, becomes 96. 41 connects, makes 10, 10. 9 and 6 create 6. 1 and 5 create 6. See 1 and 5 and 9? You just create this little bubble, number 1 over here. 1, 5, and 9 equals 6, and 6 and 9 equals 6. Isn't that pretty weird? 3, 2, 1 equals 6. 2 and 4 equals 6. So what does that mean? I don't know. What's the question? I'll tell you what it means. I'll tell you what it means. I'll show you a story. Almost looks like a carrot, eh? Something to do with a carrot. Put the carrot in the ground. So you see how we have to connect each side? Connected each side. It wasn't on my video before, but it creates the zebra because of the separation in the letters that I just did over here. The bear might be sleeping at this time of the year. Let her turn around as we see empty pipes. This is just what the hockey thing is telling me. Anyways, Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. I'm still going to get back to that thing with 28 days in a month. Thank you for watching.